Hello my friend and welcome to another video. I get this question quite a lot. Which is the best library to get started? In my opinion, Pond 5 is by far the easiest library to get started. However, I have a list of different libraries in my guide. Download my free guide link in the description. But in my opinion, Pond 5 is by far the easiest library to get started. The upload process is very straightforward. There is nothing to worry about when it comes down to rejection. That could be a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. A lot of people say that they don't reject a lot of tracks. I have been rejected on Pond 5, if you believe this. In fact, one time I got rejected 10 tracks in one go. I have documented this journey here on the channel. I have shared that famous email when they rejected 10 of my tracks, and I contacted the reviewer and asked them why, because these 10 tracks are already selling on a different library and they're being, they're very successful tracks, right? I found it strange that Pond 5 will, reject not just one track, but 10, all of them pretty much. But the truth of the matter is that they could reject your tracks because they might not need that particular genre that you are supplying or that you are uploading to the library. So this is something that you need to take in consideration. They don't reject just music based on the fact that the production is not good, it's not commercial enough. It's because sometimes they have too much, corporate music, or they have too much hip-hop music, or whatever the genre happens to be. There's not a lot of information in terms of what the libraries are looking for. I mean, some libraries do provide this, what type of genre they need the most, but you just have to take it as it goes and understand that your music could be good enough already to just upload it to a library, and Pond 5 is by far the easiest library to join and see some momentum happening, right? You get familiarized with the upload process, how to title your music correctly, how to describe it. Metadata is very important. A lot of composers struggle with this. You need to be very creative with your titles. And in Pond 5, there's a lot of ways to maximize the sales. I've done a video quite recently talking about retitling old work, right? Like I was retitling some of my old tracks from back in the day on Pond 5, and there's many ways that you can do this. And one tactic to title your music on Pond 5 is to give it kind of like a creative title, like, like Bright Sunrise or whatever. And then in brackets, you can put like the genre, right? Like acoustic guitar track or acoustic inspirational music, something like that. And this is just an insight that I got from Mike, who was responsible for Pond 5's music department back in the day. In terms of getting found right on the library, and as well from the eyes of the client, right? Like they hear or they read a creative title like Bright Sunrise, and that sounds like a song, sounds like a track, and then in brackets is like acoustic guitar track, or if it happens to be an acoustic track. And I'm only using acoustic guitar track because I compose a lot of guitar music and have a lot of tracks like that, okay? That it has like a creative name, and then in brackets, acoustic inspirational or acoustic background inspirational music and whatnot. So try to use that in Pond 5. Other libraries do not work like that though. If you go to a library like Audio Jungle, even though they're not taking new composers as I am recording this video, but you can see that the titles are more generic. It's actually the opposite. It will be inspirational acoustic, whatever. And that would be it. And that's why it's very, very bland. The titling on Audio Jungle is completely different. Another library that I work with, Melody Loops, they don't like titles very generic. I mean, as soon as you upload a track, this says avoid generic titles like ambient background. And you have to be very creative. Motion array is another one that is a pain because you have to become a title expert in terms of what do you title in your music. So it could get very confusing very easily if you start to retitle your music and it's the same track across different libraries. And on motion array, you actually have to put the title of the track that you have registered with your PRO, the original title, and the original title in which you uploaded to identify as well. So it can be a little bit of a headful and very confusing, but every library works differently. Again, if you want to learn about this and the different libraries, download my free guide, link in the description. But if you're just getting started, go to Pond 5. And even if you have some experience already with Pond 5, then, you know, keep uploading. It's just a numbers game. It's just a matter of being proactive with your music and uploading all the time. You know, I've done a video quite recently about uploading 18 tracks in just one afternoon, and then the tracks got accepted the next day. And I might do a video about this, actually talking more about this, of how quick you can just have music out there. And, you know, it's just not a matter of weeks anymore, you know. I mean, I have experienced back in the day a lot of, you know, delays when it comes to reviews and waiting for the review process to go through, and then, you know, fingers crossed the track got accepted and then it's online. You know, I mean, for example, when I got those 18 tracks accepted, it was very fast, but when you log into the account, they don't appear online yet. Okay, it takes some time to appear in the service or in your profile or whatever. But the more proactive you are, the better. The more you can have, you know, building a body of work online and then eventually make some sales. I mean, it's all about making sales with our music on stock libraries. That's what we're here for. This is it. I'm uploading more music. I've been composing a lot of music lately. I'm going to share more about that, my friend, with you here. And different strategies of making music and earning money with our music. There are different ways to do this, okay? There's different ways to do this, you know, when it comes to uploading certain styles of music, batch uploading, which I've been talking about lately. I have spoken about as well what's more important, quality versus quantity, and the fact that you cannot have the quality without the quantity. And, you know, it's just about the more you do, the better, you know? It might seem like a no-brainer, but a lot of people have this backwards. They believe that just by having one track, that's going to be enough. And even if it's your best work, it's just not going to do anything. You need to upload. You need to work on your craft. You need to improve, and you need to be proactive as much as possible. You know. Anyways, thank you so much for all the love and support, my friend. I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you in another video.